Welcome to Hendricks Chapel at Syracuse University. My name is Brian Conkle. I serve as Dean of Hendricks Chapel and Professor of Practice in the Department of Religion. This is Music and Message, a weekly series that features musical performances and spoken reflection from a diversity of religious and spiritual perspectives. These gatherings seek to invite all learners into the fullness of life. And we begin by acknowledging with respect the Onondaga Nation, firekeepers of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the indigenous peoples on whose ancestral lands Syracuse University now stands. Our theme for Music and Message this semester is Beauty, Brokenness. In the midst of unprecedented times, we explore the ways in which beauty can emerge from brokenness, and also how brokenness can be found within that which is often deemed to be beautiful. By exploring such paradox and tension, participants will explore the role of joy, grief, celebration, and sorrow within the human experience. Our speaker for today is Saisha Bird, who serves as Director of the Office of Engagement Programs here at Hendricks Chapel of Syracuse University. The Office of Engagement Programs connects students with the city of Syracuse to spark and strengthen campus and community leaders through mutual service, engaged learning, and sustainable living. Through an assortment of programs and services, the Office of Engagement Programs equips students to discover their passions, develop meaningful relationships, and discern actions to accompany their community. Through Director Bird's leadership, the Office of Engagement Programs facilitates contextual initiatives that honors local wisdom, illuminates learning, and inspires impact. Saisha Bird earned her associate's degree in human services at Onondaga Community College and her bachelor's degree at Kruka College. She earned her master's degree in social work from Syracuse University and now has nearly 20 years of experience working with community-engaged organizations in Syracuse and beyond. Thank you for being with us today and every day, Director Saisha Bird. Today, as we explore our theme through song, we give thanks for those who are participating musically in our program today. Madeline Caruso, Victoria Munley, Ronald Ditchek, Emery Schramm, Olda Ibu, and Jonathan Harity. And as always, we give thanks for Alex Snow and the staff of Hendricks Chapel, who are working to bring this program to thousands of students, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends across the country and world. And of course, we are grateful for Dr. Annie Laver and Dr. Pepe Calvar from the Setner School of Music and the College of Visual and Performing Arts here at Syracuse University for their partnership and leadership. To all gathered, both in person or online, thank you for being with us. May you be invited into the fullness of life.
My life goes on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the music ringing, it sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing?
What though the tempest loudly roars? I hear the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me close? Songs in the night it giveth.
No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love is Lord of heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds and echoes in my soul. How can I keep from singing? No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love is Lord of heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing?
Hello everyone, I'm Hendricks. I'm a first year graduate student in piano performance, and today I'm performing the Haydn Sonata in C minor, and it's such a pleasure performing for you all.
Good afternoon. I come to you with inspiration from both finding beauty out of brokenness. How do you find beauty when everything around you seems to feel like it's crumbling? I took a part of my inspiration from How Can I Keep Singing, which was one of the songs from earlier. How can I keep singing? I've asked myself this question repeatedly this year. You see, 2020 started off with hopes and plans, New Year's resolutions and goals. I started the first 2 weeks off strong. One of my personal goals was to push hard to become as healthy as I could. Mind, body, and soul. So I sat down and made a plan, which included meal prepping and tracking my food and exercising 6 days a week. I jotted down a list of all the books I was hoping to read, and I reached out to all my family and friends to plan fun-filled weekends. The second weekend of January, I came down with one of the worst headaches and sore throats I had ever experienced. The headache and sore throat lasted for 5.5 weeks, and other symptoms followed: brain fog, body aches, and more. Appointment after appointment, all the doctors could say was, it's some type of virus, and I would have to wait it out to get better. In February, I leave a meeting in the community, and I decide to stop by my parents' house to shovel their snow, their driveway. After shoveling, I go in to greet my parents, and I find my mom looking pale and struggling to breathe. She tells me she's fine and rushes me off to go back to work. 2 hours later, I get a phone call from my mom saying, "Get here, can't breathe," and she hangs up. My mom is one of my best friends in the world. I rush to her house. I don't even remember how I got from my office to my mom's house. The paramedics are there when I arrive, and we head to the hospital. She was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, and an emergency triple bypass was scheduled the next morning. I prayed to God for 4 straight hours to let my mother live. My mom is a strong woman, let me tell you. It took about 2.5 hours to talk her off the breathing tube, but she pulled through. Then, of course, we all know what came in March. COVID. My parents were so scared of the virus that they were only allowing us to visit them from the porch. It bothered me not to hug them or watch The Price is Right with my dad, but it was what we had to do to keep them safe. In April, my dad started complaining of a pain in his side. We had to beg him to go to the doctors. He was scared of COVID. 2 days later, he was put under hospice care. 18 days after, he passed away. And last week, I lost a friend. A friend that meant more to me than she will ever know. Her name was Bridget Lawson, but thanks to Syracuse University, her name now is Dr. Bridget Lawson, because she worked really hard to finish her classes for her PhD, but never quite got her dissertation completed. But thanks to employees and staff and in the chapel, Bridget is now Dr. Bridget Lawson, an incredible person with the biggest smile and love for youth in the Syracuse community. Some may ask, after all this tragedy, how can I keep singing? I would say I keep singing because God has granted me with 4 beautiful children. He granted me with 84 years with my father. Well, 84 years, not with my father, 40, but he's been here 84 years. 2 great siblings, an amazing family and friends, a great job, and great co-workers. I will continue to sing to bring justice to innocent Black and brown people being killed. I will keep singing to build connections between Syracuse University in the Syracuse community that I love. I will continue to sing to help students find their path through college by introducing them to community service opportunities. Lastly, I will continue to sing to give others hope in a world that now seems so hopeless. Thank you.
This mic is very tall, but I'm going to make the most of it. My name is John Harity, and I'm a graduate student studying clarinet performance and orchestral conducting here. And today, I'm going to be performing a piece for you by Joan Tower called Wings for Solo Clarinet. She was born in 1938, so the piece is fairly modern, but it's a programmatic piece, and it's meant to depict wings of a bird. And so when I was meditating a little bit on the message of beauty and brokenness, you think of birds, you start off in the distance and you're gliding back and forth. There's this nice equilibrium, but it also depicts the many different facets of a bird's life, squabbling over food and fighting each other occasionally for territory, but also those tender moments of just peaceful flight and equilibrium. So I think the goal of this piece is really to find beauty in the brokenness itself, because I believe that beauty can be found most evidently in that brokenness, and you can really grow from that. So I hope you hear that too. Enjoy the piece.
a blessing called "This Is What We Are About," written by the late Bishop Ken Utener, who served the Catholic Diocese of Saginaw from 1980 until his passing in 2004. This is what we are about. We plant seeds that one day will grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold future promise. We lay foundations that need further development. We provide yeast that produces effects beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something, and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for God's grace to enter and do the rest. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are the workers, not master builders, ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future not our own.
Bless you and keep you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. And give you peace. And give you peace. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. And be gracious unto you. And be gracious. The Lord be gracious, gracious